what do these people mean when they're talking about the nature of reality? Because if there is any difficulty that people have, it's because of certain translations that have complicated this beyond measure. Jowett was one of the great translators who unfortunately created part of this problem. It's this word, forms. Plato's doctrine of the forms. If you see many chairs, there should be a chair in heaven. That's the form of the chair. So the argument goes. No. See, how is it that this is another translation of the word idea? That's another translation of the word idea. That's all, just another translation. The way in which he describes it, let's see if we can do that for a moment. Think of a mathematician, okay? Take a mathematician first. Let's assume now he knows all there is to know about mathematics, right? All the way to number theory, complex theories, set theory, transfinite numbers. It goes on and on, mastering all the different forms of mathematics. Wouldn't you agree, however, that this person sees through their knowledge? They don't see it in pieces. It's all fused. It's part of the way in which they understand what it is they know. Therefore, it's transparent. It is transparent to them. Now, if this person went on and mastered all languages, all right, a whole bunch, would you not agree that also be able to, if anyone was talking to them in any language, they wouldn't have to stop and take out a dictionary and a grammar? Their knowing of these different languages would be transparent just as well. Therefore, there's a fluidity of their learning. Now, you and I may say, oh, wait a minute, we can break up what they know and break it up into pieces and break it up into categories, but it isn't that way in the person who knows. They just see through what it is they know. Well, then, wait a minute. All that mathematics and all of that language is brought together in one person. Now do the same thing with logic. They know all the systems of logic and analogy. Right? So they know all the systems of mathematics, they know all the systems of language, they know the systems of analogy. Right? How is it within them that they know it? There's a simultaneous whole, transparent. Would you agree with that? Okay. Take that as an example of knowing. Now, instead of mathematics as such, how about the necessary mathematics for the universe? All right? Simple test. We'll have a test, by the way, next week, and we'll see if we can get someone to devise the test. And it would be, do you understand the total set of mathematics which would explain completely our universe? Right? The person who would have it, though, would see through it just as transparently as they would their own native language. Therefore, all of these forms, you see, exist simultaneously as a whole, and when they have that simultaneously as a whole, they're lit. And we can call them bright. And we can, in fact, say they're luminous in their knowing. That's what we want to call it now. All right? Okay, now look here. Then this is therefore, this is also, cosmologically speaking, this is the idea in the mind of God when He created the universe, only it exists simultaneously as a whole, and therefore this created universe is nothing other but a universe in which the simultaneous whole unfolds according to time, sequentially. It doesn't exist as a simultaneous whole. Therefore, one of the essential elements in the creation must have been time from eternity. Now, let us now go back. All right? Now, we now want to then say the source of all, the source of what really is not just this, but this. And everybody wants to know their father. Everyone wants to know their source, their mother. Everyone wants to know their source. Therefore, what do you think it's like when someone then, who has explored this as an ultimate experience then, is brought into the discussion we're having tonight, and now they're saying, you mean to tell me there is something beyond what I've experienced? But that's impossible. That's just simply impossible. It violates their experience. Say, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. No, it's not an experience. The one and the good is not an experience. An experience has a beginning and it has an end, right? And it goes through a period of time. That's not this. So I think it would be appropriate, therefore, for you people now who have tried the game of contemplating or meditating on the nature of the one, to talk about what possible problems you had exploring this, so we can use a real example rather than my making one up. I have two things I want to say. No, I'll wait. Okay. Yes?
When we I guess maybe I'll say theoretically, when we get to the one and we look back and we see a created universe, are we not speaking figuratively?
Yes.
That created universe does not in fact exist. Neither does
because exist in the proper sense is only proper for this realm. That's right. Right. As a matter of fact, we can bring that in. We can say, to make this point that you're making, this is our everyday world, and we want to separate it and use a special language for that. This is the realm of existence. This realm that we were talking about, sometimes called the idea of the good, right? That's called being. That's the difference between the two. Being never ceases to be what it is. It never undergoes change. And therefore it is an eternal thing that continues to be what it is eternally, because it is eternity itself, and that's different from existence. That's right. This has only a loose temporal existence. It's going to have a beginning. Right, there it goes through time. Yeah, you know, everything. See, anything in here comes and goes. It really is a shadow of this idea. You are, in fact, nothing other than an idea in the mind of God. Okay, let me try one more step on this, okay, just to push it one more step. In this kind of meditation, you are in a real sense, for a certain period of time, engaged in an interior dialogue. Now, what's important in this kind of meditation on the one is to be, remember what we said about music, you should be able, through music, to be able to identify different states of mind, right? And their images and their opposites to whatever degree they appear. This is where you need it now in this meditation, because in this interior dialogue, right, in this interior dialogue, if you can detect to any degree an image